Okay, so part 2, I think that stream just died, so I've started a new one, so this will be part 2 of the same stream, but just continuing on painting Shadespire. Hopefully people will come back. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with it. It has these moments. Usually my PC's fault. It is ridiculous. It's used up so much RAM, that is half the issue. I could actually... See, Firefox is the biggest issue, I think. So... I have to keep it open, that's the big issue. So yeah, I apologise for all that. Mad Cow says I'm back. Hey, you missed the shenanigans of the first one. That didn't seem to go too great, but hopefully the stream is okay now. So thanks for joining us. He says, "Oh Lord." Yeah, you get a nice warm welcome, don't you? So there's still a couple of areas I want to do more than Fang. Still, I might do a little bit on the back here. So I'll get that back open. My case has had a horrible 2 days, I know. Well, hopefully things are looking up. Peter says, "Here we go again." Yes, we are back up and running. The last stream just died. Just died. It's crazy, wasn't it? So okay. Now some guy had a belt round his neck, probably to keep his head on. So Mad Cow says the TLDR is needed to reinstall Windows. Had no flash drive. Opened the program to create an install disk. Said it would use my USB hard drive. I thought, okay, that works. So it downloaded and installed on the hard drive. When I had a look at the disk when it was done, the only thing on it was the Windows install boot. He had created a new partition on the disk, and 1.8 terabytes was now unallocated. I had 2 terabytes worth of Warhammer stuff, movies, programs, pictures, every single Forge World build instruction, every single GW publication and audiobook ever published on this disc, all gone. Holy crap. Kudos for getting that collection in the first place, but oh god. Yeah, there's certain things that I have on here, which I have backed up, but God, if they were to ever go, oh, it's horrible, isn't it? That is really shit. It's Windows for you. How says even the plus 18 stuff. Now that stuff gets backed up everywhere, right? Oh yeah, that would drive me to the brink of insanity, I think. If you include like the Slaves to Darkness and the Realms of Chaos books, like the Lost and the Damned, then yeah, there would be plus 18 because I think they actually did have age specifications on some of the older stuff, especially the 18 plus fairy cub scat porn Orcon. Yeah, why do you ask? The only word I got from that was porn. That's probably the best way to be. Don't look it up. That's all I'd say. Just don't look any of them words up. Some of the stuff I had can't even be found on the internet. Okay, that's quite intriguing. Answer to porn faster than the 2.26. Well, you might not be behind now that we have a reboot of the stream. Ah, dear. I dread to think what's going to come out of Mad Cow's. Well, I'll say out of his mouth, but obviously you're typing. But I dread to think what's coming next. So I'm going to base coat some skulls as well. I'm fine with my stockings. Yeah, we know that yours ready. chat is going downhill again. Hope we don't paint a wet blend, that would be an interesting result. Oh, I'm actually going to read this out, aren't I? Saw some story of some guy who had a Sonic plushie. He had been coming in it for over 20 years. Never watched it. It was an interesting story to read. Ah, 4chan. Had to be on 4chan, didn't it? A story like that. That must have had some smell. How do these stories become public knowledge? If I was that guy, I wouldn't be sharing it. But I'll never be that guy. Let's get some gold around the axes that we haven't done. No, we'll go on to a shading very soon. It's nice when a lot of colours use the same shade. You just get all the base coat blocked in. That thing must have a worse smell than a P3 wet palette. Yeah, they do go smelly if you leave them, and it all goes mouldy. And this is a wet palette I'm talking about, by the way. Yeah, one went a bit mouldy and stuff. That's why I recommend using a see-through one. Does it smell worse than paint water if you leave it? Oh my god, that is bad. And I'm terrible for not changing my paint water. It's amazing that paint can smell so bad if you leave it long enough. Too much innuendo. Maybe that'll just be a future video, just stick a load of innuendo in a painting tutorial or something. Does it go eggy? Yeah, well, that's like sewage. Like if you know what raw sewage smells like, that's how paint water goes. Okay, Mad Cow is talking hobby, which is nice. Bit better, bit more on track. So he has been building like crazy for the last week. Built one Voss Pattern Strike Fighter, an Aquila Lander, a Macaris Vanquisher, a Malkador Annihilator, an Orc Super Cannon, Big Zapper, and 2 Necron Sentry Pylons. Sweet. And I'd guess all these were made in China, right? But wow, that is busy. Peter Nicholas says it's sulfur created by bacteria. I'm actually learning more for you this evening than some classes at school. spent between 6 to 12 hours on each model, scraping mold lines, filling gaps, magnetizing, heat bending parts, etc. Thing is, that's a lot of time and a lot of effort, but boy is it worth it in the end. I mean, I'm bad for not putting as much time into prep as I should, but when you do put the time into it, it really does make a difference. Peter's only built 2 of his Imperial buildings. Yeah, well, I've only built these, so... And these all snap fit. I did build my Plague Marines. I don't know if they were done last week or not. They might have been. I think they're sort of halfway there, but yeah, I've built my Plague Marines as well. I really like this guy's Power Fist. Like, hey. Whether I ever get round to painting them, who knows. So I don't know the 40k stuff, and when he says Markador Annihilator and Big Zapper, I don't know if it's hobby or porn. Both, most likely. No, I love the Markador tanks. I can't stand mold lines. I really hate to see an awesome model or paint job only to be ruined by mold lines or other defects that could easily have been fixed. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, they do ruin them. Except for what you're going to do, pose. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also built an Eldar Phantom Titan Power Glaive. Nice. I bet that's quite sizable. Yeah, mod lines do ruin a good model. We found the Primaris Marines had a lot of, well, not a lot of mold lines, but the ones they did have were quite prominent. Obviously, they're quite easy to file down on the Marine. Sometimes it annoys me that they'll have certain areas where miniatures are clipped from a sprue. They're quite sort of visible areas where they could have maybe perhaps done some more less obvious places, but it's just how they're designed. I have to build the dragon thing for my Chaos Fire Slayers this weekend. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's like a Magma Droth. The glaive is a lot bigger than I expected. I bought it for my Knight Titan, but the sword is like 20 centimeters long. Wow. If you painted up metal, people would think you were carrying a large knife. Yeah, because that's quite long, isn't it? That's like that. Oh, strong camera. It's about that, isn't it? Wow. Had to buy it though. Bought a lot of Titan weapons as they're 11 euros each. Wow. And bent weapons when resin cast. Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying, and Forge World are quite bad for that with some of their stuff. So let's have a sip of water. Peter Nick says, I do carry a knife, it's Swan Morton. Oh, okay. Is that legal? I need a larger brush. Yeah, some of my brushes are behind me. China cast, you know you shouldn't, but the damn prices. Yeah. That's it. I mean, yeah, I've seen some of the prices. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, now I'm just really just going to town with the Agrax on these guys. Every area that's been painted apart from the skin is now getting Agraxed. The only things left to really paint are the trousers. Harry says you could accidentally send me a PM with a link. And you check out the Reddit group. And a little bit of digging around, you could probably find some guys. Hook you up with some gear. Oh, there you go. Email me and yeah, I'll give you Mad Cow's details. Mad Cow might or might not have accidentally sent me some info in the past. Sweet. Ink washers make everything look better. Could be crazyandhorny@gmail.com. I guarantee if you email that, then yeah, probably won't get Mad Cow. God knows what you get. You can do it now. I haven't actually got my mail client open, just because I wanted to save some RAM. So yeah, if anyone has actually emailed, then I apologise. We probably won't be looking at it this week. That was my old email. Wanted piss and scats slave at comeonme.com, but it was taken. Yeah, I think it was one of the first ones registered when the internet was born. Funny thing is, you joke, but it might actually be taken. Who knows? There's probably a hotmail.com one taken. Harry says, sorry, I was faster. Great minds there. So I think while the washers are drying on these, maybe we'll jump over to the Stormcast. Give them a bit of lovin'. He sets them up, Harry and me whack them. Yeah, certainly did then. Oh, there we go. those. Come back. Email send with Adele. Okay. Also, what I will say, if you suddenly see like a Chaos War Mammoth on our channel, just know it has nothing to do with Chinacast or nothing. Honest. Okay. This is how he's looking at the moment. Obviously it's shade. It's giant. If it wants to focus, which it doesn't. Green Stuff Games is here. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Put away after almost 2 hours of stream, I have to say nice flesh on those. Thank you. I had an interesting experience with the flesh actually. The original base coat didn't really go on too well, so I had to change it up, but yeah, I really enjoy painting flesh. I sort of paint it more stylized and sort of realistic. Especially when there's a load of muscles and stuff, I really like to really exaggerate them. But yeah, I'm really happy with how they've come out. So thank you. So I don't really know what colour to paint his hair. I'll have to work out something for that. Maybe just go black. You've not missed much, just 2 hours of me explaining the intricacies of furry cub scat porn. Are those Marauders from the AOS stat set? Those guys are as large as Primaris Marines, right? These are from Shadespire set, but yeah, they are basically the Reavers as well. They are virtually the same size. Yeah, they are huge. Well, they're not quite as big as Primaris. Here's a Death Guard for comparison, but yeah, they're pretty big though. They are pretty big. Which is nuts, really. Compare them to low little Wildwood Rangers. Like, that's such a size difference. I know the original Chaos Marauders are quite big, but yeah, these guys are huge. I mean, they're bigger than Space Marine, aren't they? I don't actually have a Space Marine nearby. Well, I got this guy. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? That's just a little Space Marine. These guys are huge. He hasn't got a shoulder pad. But crazy. I don't think got Stormcaster, just massive. And these guys can all be pushed over because they are drying, and we can look at the Stormcast. Maybe focus on these two. Maybe actually just start on their bases. So I have done a video on how I do the effect, which will be on the channel in the future. I'm trying to get ahead of myself now on a lot of the hobby videos, which I'm quite good. I've already got two conversion ones for next week already done, one YouTube, one Patreon, and I'm hoping to do more videos like that in the future. So give a lot more back to our patrons, because we have quite a few now, which is really cool. What do I do with it? There we go. Thanks, Mad Cow. I think I'm okay with missing that. Yeah, you'll probably come at the right point. I think GW have messed up the scale of the games pretty badly. When IG get new soldier kits, will the guards be as big as Primaris? Greyfax was taller than an old Space Marine, if I remember correctly, and she's human. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a scale creep, aren't they? I mean, I got a Scion up here, actually. And the Scions were bigger than regular guards. And if you compare them to like one of these old metal ones, like, alright, she's quite tall, but they're quite chunky. Yeah, this is like a scale creep. I think they're playing the long game, aren't they? Give them a few years and everything will sort of catch up. But if you look at someone, you mentioned Greyfax, if you look at Visage, well, he's massive compared to other Eldar. But yeah, obviously, they're just up in the scale. Was that a World War I British gas mask? Yes, it was. I think Scions look cool with gas. I think everything looks cool with gas masks. Like this guy as well. I need to finish painting these guys, but I think he looks cool. Sorry, the light's just terrible. I want to finish up doing some more of my AdMech. They've all got gas masks and stuff as well. I'm just painting like a statue on here. I'm probably going to continue like this green marble theme onto the Reavers bases as well. Obviously green contrasts very nicely with the red of their armour and the sort of readiness of their skin. Madco says, so, you get a Necromunda? Hell yes. Don't be surprised if I'll be painting that on a couple of shows during November. 'Cause I'm very excited for the Escher gang as well, because I've always loved them. I'm so glad GW sort of kept their sort of 80s sort of theme with big hair and stuff. I'm so pumped for Necromunda. I find it really sad that every other human female model from GW are getting kits before Sisters of Battle. I know, it's just crazy. But hopefully we will see the Sisters next year. I don't know what we'll talk about after that though. Oh crap, the model slipped and I've got a bit of green on his foot. So let's get rid of that. There we go. Was a little bit there as well. That was fun. It's a shame Necromunda didn't have some better terrain with it. And I hope it can be played just on a normal board like Shadow War. And it's not just going to be like a board game style. I missed a little bit on that. Which I believe it will be. Greensoft Games, I feel like not only GW, but lots of games manufacturers are looking more and more at 32 to 35 mil and less at 28. Yeah, some of them are sort of going bigger, aren't they? I think it's a good scale, though. Obviously, for GW, it means they can charge more. How does this handle hold this? How does this handle hold this massive hammer without bending? Which one are we talking about? What, this one? How says, oh please no. They do 35. I'm out. There is a reason they're called miniatures. Yeah. And Greensoft Games says totally getting Necromunda. Woohoo! First classic human females on the market were the zombie vixens many years ago. First female human classic from GW were the Sisters of Silence, now Escher Again kits. Had a look at the Necromunda terrain and it was pretty meh. Yeah. If it was a board game, I'm gonna riot. Yes, it seems like it does play a bit more like Shadow War. There's a little video up what GW put together. Yeah. Yeah, they put one up today, I think it might have even been. Has a little bit just showing you how to play it, and it does seem a bit more 40k-ish. It just looks like it comes with a board, but that could be okay. Madco says, have you put together next month's Patreon bit bags? No, not yet. But I've got loads of bits for them. They don't normally get put together until like the day they get sent. Which of course will be gotta be next week. This month's gone really quick. Yeah, I don't think you get anything for. I think the game itself is like similar to Shadow War anyway, so it's sort of 40k. But no, none of the miniatures will be. You won't be able to use them in 40k because it's almost like a different world, isn't it? Just even as part of the universe, they're sort of separate from all the main wars and stuff. So they wouldn't really come into contact with the Xenos and Space Marines and stuff. So, to my knowledge, I might be wrong. But no, I still think it's fine being its own separate entity. If it gets enough support, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, something we'll certainly really try and get into. And hopefully there will be a lot of videos on the channel, or at least certainly a few to begin with. Yeah, I mean the male team are all on 32mm bases, so they're quite large. They're probably going to be more this size, aren't they? But you could use the Escher game maybe. I'm hoping I can convert up some more Blandjitsu stuff. Hopefully my Blandjitsu stuff should work quite well in Necromunda, hopefully. Get some green on the bases now. How are we doing for time? We've got a little bit left. I'll probably go to... maybe go to 50 minutes on this one. So it gives about 10 minutes. Get some other little bits and pieces done. I do want to paint this guy's eyes, which are always fun. I want to use the models as raiders in the Fallout game. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Oh, I really hope they do, I really hope they do raiders for the Fallout game eventually, which you think they would. So here is a question. Are GW doing the scale creep to mess with people who've bought models or converted from third parties? I spent $2,000 on the Raging Heroes Kickstarter, or euros, sorry, for my guardswoman, and would be pissed off if a new guardsman was suddenly 32 mil. Possibly, but I don't think guard would ever go on to 32 mil bases. They seem, I mean, let's face it, are we even going to get any new guard miniatures in the next 2 or 3 years? Probably not. So I think you're right for a while. I mean, they might end up on 32 in the future, but I still can't see it. I think the Horde, that sort of Horde stuff, I mean, Necrons and Orcs will be 32s and larger. I mean, Orcs are definitely going to get a scale creep, aren't they? But I think your average guardsman is probably alright. And maybe the scale creep for other stuff makes them sort of a bit better compared to the guardsmen. Like the guardsmen, I think are the right size for human miniatures in 40k, and I think Space Marines needed to be bigger, Chaos needed to be bigger, Orcs needed to be bigger, to really give you a sense of correct scale and sort of proportion between everything. So yeah, I think guardsmen will probably be okay. And that is a lot of money to spend. Are they bringing Raiders in the next pre-order for Fallout? Well, that's even more of my money they'll probably get. I mean, they're the ones I really wanted, the Raiders. But I'm happy to wait for them. I'm going to go with Super Mutants. I've got a few other little bits. But yeah, I've done like a 300 quid pre-order. Just this initially. That hasn't even included terrain. I could have just bought the lot if I wanted, but well, that makes me sound like I've got more money than sense. But yeah, I'd never paint it all. And to be honest, I'm not really that fussed about the Brotherhood of Steel. They've never really appealed to me much. But I have pre-ordered the Behemoth because it's just, oh, it looks awesome. So I'll have that with my Super Mutants. And I just got a couple of the character sets. I got one with Piper in. I got one with a main guy, and I can't remember his name. So yeah, very excited about that. And actually, while on the subject of Fallout, I did finish painting my vault door. So I'm quite happy with how that's came out. It's quite dirty and a little bit rusted and that. But yeah, maybe tomorrow I might start building the terrain to go with the vault door. But yeah, very excited to. And it's vault 192 because my birthday's 19th of the 2nd, so. Yeah, Fallout is like a little skirmish game based on the Fallout. Well, it's based on Fallout 4, isn't it? But hopefully they'll add some stuff from Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 and that, which would be nice. Best one is Vault 69, where there are 2,000 women for every one male. Oh, there's an interview on your channel. I'll have to watch that. Is that actually in the fluff? Brilliant. That is brilliant. Maybe I'll get a vault door built for that at some point, and yeah, I dread to think what the inside of that looks like. But that's That sounds like my kind of vault. Playing with the idea of a Walking Dead game. Anyone got experience? I've got it sealed in the box still, but I hear it's quite good. That's another game I'd like to play at some point. That could be another one I could do with my other half actually for the channel. So that might be something I might break out and get painted up. We shall see. I seem to have got a bit of green on this guy's shoulder. As soon as I get it on my fingers, that just goes everywhere. But it does give me an opportunity. Well, I've still got a couple of minutes to open up my new Retributor armor. £3.50. That is extortionate. But it is their best metallic. Now I need to try not to spill any. Probably about as valuable as actual liquid gold. I'll just fix that little bit there and I'll add some highlight back onto it later on. Cool. Oh, they don't have the rights to New Vegas. That sucks. Oh, that's really annoying because I love New Vegas. But Fallout 3 stuff would be awesome. Just doing Fallout 4 stuff is just incredible. Madcow says Guns of Icarus Online is free on Humble this week. Awesome. Phoenix says okay, that's tomorrow's plan. Vander says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Well, you got about 5 minutes to enjoy the show, Vandus. This is part 2 because the first part just randomly died. So yeah. Not really much I'm gonna do painting wise now. I think I'm gonna leave them there. The washers are basically dry on these guys. They're looking cool. Once their trousers are painted, they're almost there. They just need highlights. So I'm really happy with where I've got with these. I just can't wait to get these guys painted so I can just add a load of blood and gore to them. Which is something I really should try and do tomorrow. Maybe I'll just forego doing the bases when I do that. We'll see. You're gonna need an effing big vault. Is that about vault 69? There might only be one male in there, you never know. Be surprised how many people these vaults can house. So yeah, I'm just showing off these guys before we finish the show. I'm really happy with these. Really happy. I'll probably try and get their trousers painted tonight as well. But yeah, they're really sweet miniatures. I hope they do quite a lot more for Shadespire and stuff, just to get new. Just to get new stuff. New miniatures, always fun. You got those games for normal Age of that Sigma game? Those Reavers overall rules equal they suck. What, in Age of Sigma? Well, I got them for what's it called? Shadespire. Yeah, these guys don't seem too bad though in Age of Sigma. I really love the Walking Dead game. It's a lot of fun and a perfect mix of strategy and chaos. Cool, yeah, I'll have to give it a whirl at some point. Right, so I got the starter box, so let's get it painted. Sure, it won't take me long to paint it. Well, it probably would take me long, but Kablam say, hey guys, so everyone's joining right at the end, so typical. But that's fine, I'll still go for a little bit longer. It's cool. So looking at this guy. What else to do? I will just add a little bit of highlight to his hair. I have to use this time to paint as much as possible. Kabam says apologies and joins Shadespire. Well, I'm only at the painting stage at the moment, I'm afraid, but I do look forward to playing it. Because we film a lot of stuff, it's always worth just getting it painted first. Could have got away with just using these with their bare colours. Obviously, for some reason these are blue and not gold plastic. They should have made them gold plastic. So that's some extra highlights on the hair there. Those guys are 100 points. They're interested in a lot better unit synergy with the Stormcast and that hammer and sword damage output. God, yeah, I know, right? There's quite some output. Harry says, sorry, I'm in slow mode. Try to sleep. Kablam said played 5 games for mine painted for practice. Awesome. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. And hopefully, once these are painted, we'll get some videos up on the channel within the next few weeks. It's always a lot planned for the channel, but it's always hard sometimes to find the time to do it all. But hopefully, if I start filming some games of the other half, then we can, especially little games like Gorchos and that, we can just churn them out quite quickly, hopefully. So fingers crossed that all goes to plan. But they will be filmed like in the house, so the lighting won't be as good, but I'm sure you guys get the gist of it. And hopefully they'll be entertaining enough. But we shall see. So Green Stuff Game said, where did you get that vault door, or did you make it? No, I got it from Etsy. Enterprise X Design. There we go. If it wants to focus. Basically, it's just 3D printed on plastic. And it looked alright when I got it, but I gave it a repaint to make it look, realistic enough for the game, because it was just like grey plastic with some yellow plastic. And they'll do any number you want, so that's really cool. Vanda says, curious why they removed the Knight Quester, the model of a two-handed sword, from the matched points. Oh, really? That's interesting. You say they removed it, or they might just forgot to put it in. That wouldn't surprise me either. That sounds strange. Oh, the Errant Quester. Yeah, I can never remember their names. Right, so I will call it there. I think I'd better. We can have a couple of minutes just while I put my paints away. I just feel guilty because I started late. Then we had technical difficulties, so you guys ain't got the full 2 hours this week. And I'd like to have got a little bit more done, but I'm quite happy with the progress on these. I should have them hopefully finished. Definitely finished before next week's show. Hopefully try and get them finished by weekend. Hopefully. Oh, this guy, yeah, he'd be a good replacement for it. See, only Stormcast game hero that ignore rent straight away. Okay. That does seem odd. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye and thanks for joining me. I'm sorry it's just been really bad start, and it is a shame we've got a few people joining us a bit late this week, but it's been good. Van says, plus some other bonuses to get plus attacks for each amount of models it kills, better damage versus heroes, awesome defensive fighting pan. Cool, yeah, you sound pretty cool. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Okay, before you meant an Imperial Nighttime. Yeah, they're all knights in the Stormcast. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. See you again next week. Hopefully it'll be usual time of 8 o'clock. I should be a bit more organised than I was this week. But thanks everyone for joining. I'll see you all again next week.